Hi guys and welcome back. So the thing is that as you already know, in the weekends I usually don't stream, and today is not going to be an exception, but we also have another issue, and that is just that, like I also have told, we're having the Intergalactic Aeronautical Expo the entire weekend and the entire week, all the way up to December the 1st. So the way I'm going to solve this little conundrum, not stream, but still have some content to show, it is that I will make a continuous video of the content from Saturday and Sunday into one, because the expo in itself usually doesn't take that much time to get through. Today we're having Robert Space Industries, and I'm also going to combine that with the video from tomorrow, where we're going to do the exact same thing. I'll record it and then I'll put it out on my YouTube channel. So yeah, without further ado, let's go down to the Expo Center and see what they have. But before that, we need to change our outfit. We have the wrong hat on. Let's change the hat. So let me see, where do we have Robert Space Industries? RSI. Alright, let's get the anvil hat off and the RSI hat on. There we go. Alright. Look at me. Ain't I a beaut? Especially when I smile. Smile! It looks horrible. Alright, let's get going. And just like I showed you in the stream from yesterday, you almost cannot see it here, but we have volumetric clouds in, or actually over New Babbage. And if you want to know the difference between non-volumetric and volumetric, well, just think of this. We no longer have that sphere of cloud cover over the entire planet. Right now, with the clouds, they actually look like real clouds. But it's not clouds we're going to talk about today, it is ships. So let's walk down and see what what RSI they have to offer. And just like always, I will cut out here and there, so I will meet you down at the tram when we are at the Expo Center. See you in a little bit. Hey man, keep your pants on. Alright, we are now on our way to the Expo, so let's just slowly walk up there. I'm glad that you could be a part of this also. So I do not expect Robert Space Industries or RSI to have a lot of different ships to offer today, so we might take a little excursion out in one of the ships that I've rented to take a look at them, because we rented a couple of ships yesterday, and it might be interesting for you guys to get to see those ships. I'm not sure about that. I already bought all the clothes that we can get, so I'm not needing to do that right now. The Redeemer and the Ares Starfighter is, I think Redeemer is Aegis and the Ares Starfighter is Crusader, so that is also not something new that we're going to see today. So I'm a little bit interested to see what RSI has actually put on show today. They obviously have all their Constellation class ships. I would certainly expect that. Let's see, Robert Space Industries. Alright, let's go and check what Robert Space Industries has to offer. Who's that? That is... let me see if I can... Shura something? It's pretty hard to read. Shura... Adesta? Gemini, something Elysium, flying since 2947. Alright. Interesting to know, I guess. Let's see, is this still the same? Yeah. Let's listen to it.
While it may be commonplace to sail through the stars, we should never lose sight of the wonders of spaceflight. From discovering new jump points, unearthing lost ruins, or setting new speed records. Famed artist Arudo Divani created this unique portrait series as a tribute to the diverse array of people who eagerly climb aboard their ships and dare to fly.
I certainly dare to fly. Alright. Let's go see what Robert Space Industries have for us. So, like I said, a bunch of Connies. And if not mistaken, I already have all of the Connies in my inventory because they are ship of the month. So there's no real reason to rent any one of those. But let's see, we should have a map of it all over here so we can see where we can go and check stuff out. Let's see. So down there they have the Scorpius, the Perseus and the Polaris. They may be interesting to look at. And use of rovers are also okay. And we have the constellation Andromeda, Taurus, Aquila and Phoenix here. And then up in the AH2 Annex, I don't know what it's called. We have the Auroras, the Mantis, and that's basically it. So let's go check out the... Oh, wait. I want to see if the new update came with an update to the drinking animation. Let's see.
Smart buy.
Ah, perfect. Why is that a smart buy? I mean, yes, I get my thirst quenched, but other than that... Yes, I'm a trash polluter, just dropping the... But look at this, it's still there. Interesting. They never were that. Let's grab it. So man, I'm going to place it here. Let's see if it still remains. Yeah. Okay, will you throw that out for me? Yeah. Thanks. And by the way, just a thought. You are a coffee shop, right? So, where's your coffee? I don't exactly see it. I see Black Mountain something. I see Pips. And then, what's the Flood Caffeine Boost? Alright, that may be kind of a coffee. Alright, fair enough. And you have fruit also, but still no real... Hey, wait. Come here. So, green and yellow. I am not exactly sure. I think I'm going to go with the green one because it's the biggest one. So, let's place it like that. Boing. Yeah, alright. Let's go take a look at some of the... I think I'm going to steer clear of that guy. He has a medical gown on. That... yeah.
This is a friendly reminder that the Tobin Expo Center is a shared space. Please be mindful of other guests during your visit so that we can all enjoy this day together.
I will! Look at me, I'm the face of friend... Look at me. I'm the phrase of friendliness itself. All right, let's go. Oh, that's a relatively big gun.
Tobin Expo Center would like to invite everyone to join in and help keep our halls looking their best for every guest. Please be sure to keep track of all your belongings and deposit any waste in the appropriate receptacles. Thanks.
Yeah, the only issue with that is I don't know what the appropriate receptacle is. What am I supposed to put into green and what am I supposed to put into yellow? Wow, he was fast. Meow. This probably should look like Microtech, but it just looked like the moon instead, honestly. But maybe it's a topographical map of Microtech, I'm not sure. Test the limit. Expand what's possible. That doesn't sound very nice. Expand what's possible. IAE 2951. Your journey awaits. Yeah, you heard, guys. Your journey awaits. Looks like it's actually the... Oh, yeah, see? He got the point. What about you? He looks like more he's thinking, no, 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 no. I'm awaiting my journey. Alright, let's see what we can do. So, here are all the auroras. They're basically just variants of the same kind of ship. And here we have the Mantis. The Mantis is the interceptor. So, or interdictor actually. It has a quantum interdiction device that is able to stop interesting sound. Able to stop quantum travel, but not in a very big arc. So let's look at these ships individually. I actually honestly do miss my Aurora a little bit. It's a nice ship. It's tough to do just about anything with it, but it's a nice ship nonetheless. So is this the this is the CL. So that's a trading ship. It should have just a tad more trading space down here, down here. Over here we have the ES, so that's the Pathfinder. It's the Explorer. So that's the cargo lifter, this is the Explorer. It's a very simple yet very distinct design. But I'm not exactly sure what we have, if this is all of the component space that's back here. And then you have the engines sort of sitting there. That's the engines. I honestly always thought it had two engines, not one. Yeah, this does. But this has two engines, that one only has one. I'm not sure what the difference really is. So let's go down and see if we can see the interdiction device on the Mantis. I'm not sure whether you can see it from the bottom, but you can see it from the top. But I don't want to just crawl up on the ship and begin to crawl around. Let me see. No, you cannot see it here, but it is in here somewhere if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so let's go take a look at these two. Let's go read about it. I'm pretty sure it says that the Mantis is an interdiction vessel. The praying mantis. Do you mind? Let me see. Yeah, interdiction. But it's not a very powerful ship, so you certainly need to have someone with you with a little bit more firepower before you begin to pull ships out of quantum travel. Because, as you probably can imagine, most people won't be very happy being pulled out of quantum travel. Especially if they're carrying valuable things. Alright, let's see here. This is the luxury variant. It's still a Pathfinder, but it's the luxury variant. It has a little bit more. It has, I think it's more missile, double the amount of missiles. It has a little bit more powerful guns. It doesn't seem to have any sort of luxurious stuff inside. So it's more a fact of what you can just put on it. As the missiles and also some of the components inside are just a little bit better. Alright, so here we have the... What are you? You're the MR. That's the beginner ship, the standard ship. So it says it's a light fighter. So it's a little bit better at fighting. That's basically it. But when you get a starter pack in Star Citizen, it's usually the MR. If you get the Aurora line, obviously. And it has 2 smaller missiles. I think there's one of them that should have... This is the one with 4 missiles on top. So this is the LN. This is the light fighter. But it has more missiles, better weapons and all that. And you can also see the top design up here is a little bit different. You have these mounted guns here from the start. And the engines also look a little bit different. You have 3 outputs of the engines instead of 2. So these are the Auroras. We already looked at the Constellation classes. I have all of them, so if you want to see how the Constellation classes look inside, then we can take a look at them. And I will have them until we change to a new series of Ship of the Month. So I will walk down to the halls underneath so we can see some of the new stuff. And I think I'll let's just meet down there. Alright, so now we are on our way downstairs to see some of the new stuff. And the new stuff is represented by holograms. I actually had one guy here in Bar Citizen, Denmark that offered me a place as a science officer at his, I think it was a Polaris. I'm not sure whether it was the Polaris or the Perseus, one of these two. So here we have the traditional Ursa rover, the small exploratory exploration troop transport, something like that. There is room for, I think it's about 4 people inside. There are seats for 4 people. Obviously you can technically you can stuff as many people inside as you want to. Yeah, seats for 4. But what's really interesting here is what they have in here. So let's go take a look. Hi there. Nice shirt. Alright, so this looks like... Let me just see the front without reading the... This looks like the Polaris. I'm pretty sure the Perseus is the one with all the guns. So the cockpit, or whatever you want to call the bridge, is right there. It's a corvette size ship, so it's actually pretty big. And you can see that here. It's sort of it is in the capital class size. So we have some turrets there, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Let's see if I'm right that this is the Polaris. It is. It's the Polaris. As you can see, it's a corvette. The Polaris is... Can you move it, please? And do you have eyesight problems since you need to get your snout down there? Are you smelling it? Move, please. Or the Polaris is a Nibble corvette class capital ship that packs a powerful punch and the face is in the way. With a full armament of turrets and torpedoes, intended for use as both naval patrol ship and serve as the flagship of a militia operations. Polaris has the capacity to perform search and rescue operations, light strike missions, and general security patrols. The Polaris includes the facilities to repair, rearm, and refuel a single fighter, light bomber, or support ship. That's pretty cool, actually. So this is the one, I'm pretty sure this is the one he was talking about. So although it's not as big as, I think should be the same, roughly the same size as the, a little bit bigger than the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead is, as far as I know, also a corvette class. Alright, so here we have instead the Perseus. So it's a little bit different. As you can see, it has a huge gun on the top. Big gun, really big gun. But also small guns sort of around it. And instead you have the bridge up here instead of having it right at the front as the Polaris has. But if I'm not mistaken, this boat here should be smaller than the Polaris. Let's see what it says. It should be a gunboat or something like that. Gunship. Perseus. When RSI set out to make the definitive modern statement in persuasive prevention, they looked into their own past to the historic gunships designated Perseus. Capable of shredding sub-capital class Goliath, the mere presence of a Perseus gunship in a blockade or patrol squad is enough to make your most aggressive enemies think twice before engaging, just like its vintage namesake. So yeah, it's a gunship. It really has big guns on it. It's pretty cool, but still smaller than the Polaris. And finally, we have the last of the new upcoming ships. And if I'm not mistaken, all of these are still concepts. These are the Scorpius, I think they're called, something like that. Scorpius, yes. It's a heavy fighter with an adaptable bi-wing configuration and revolutionary rail-mounted remote turret. The Scorpius offers unprecedented fire coverage, allowing for both defensive and assault-minded applications. So it's pretty cool that the turret you see there on top, it can slide all the way back to be below here or sit on the back or something like that. I'm not sure whether they have modeled any of them with it. And then just like any other X-Wing or likewise, it has 4 wing-mounted guns. So that's okay, that's pretty cool, but I mean, I'm not exactly sure I would argue that Star Citizen is in big need of new fighters. So obviously we cannot rent any of these because they are not out yet. Alright, that was it. I think now we should meet down at my meet down at the hangar, and then we can take a look at some of the ships I rented yesterday. Just a quick gander, because you've probably already seen many of them. Nom nom nom. What? I was hungry. Alright, alright. I'll go.
All guests extra vigilant comes to safety.
Alright, did I mention actually that if you would really like to fly in Star Citizen right now, you can sign up. You can use my referral code if you want to. That will give you 5,000 UEC if you would like to be part of Star Citizen. But right now you can actually do free flights. So if you sign up and get into the game, you can figure out whether it's something for you. Just be aware that the game package is pretty hefty, about 80 gigabytes that needs to be downloaded. It can take a little while, but if you're interested, then I certainly think that's a good idea. So while we're sitting here, you can take a look at Microtech and those fantastic new clouds. Look at that. Let's see. Yeah, there they are. From down here, they don't look very different, but trust me, they are. They are certainly very different. Alright, we're almost there. Grab onto something when the train stops, because it's going to stop pretty fast.
Nearing next stop.
With me? Good. Oh, yeah. New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport. Yes. Alright, know what? I need to change, so I'll see you up at the terminals. You just go ahead. I'll be right with you. Ah, hi. Nice you could find your way up here. I thought you were lost. I'm just sitting here wondering what we should bring out today. So as you can see, I have rented some. We have the Pisces Expedition, the Carrack, the Terrapin, the Valkyrie. But we also do have some new ships that are completely new into the game. We have the Ares Starfighter and the Inferno and the Iron. I have the 400i if you wanted to take a look at that. And I also have, as I said, the Aquila Phoenix and Taurus. And the Andromeda here if you wanted to. But I'm not exactly sure which would be a good ship to pick out. Let's take the Redeemer. Hangar 10. Alright.
From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment. Be sure to visit New Babbage renowned promenade.
Alright, let me show you something. Alright, here we are. There it is, the Redeemer. Look at that. It actually looks pretty okay. Yeah, by the way, I have something to show you. Let me show you this. What do you think of this, huh? My new equipment? Yeah, looks pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it does. It does really look cool. Alright, let's go into the Redeemer and fire it up. So this is a brand new ship. It's sort of a kind of a gunboat thingy. I'm not exactly sure. But it does have a lot of guns on it. And a very weird set of landing gears that I really cannot. I mean, it looks like some kind of train wheels or something like that, and it has two front wheels as well. It looks very strange. But what it does have or what it sort of goes on with the weirdness, it does not lack in amount of guns. So you have front guns here. These two guns here, they are also you can pilot, you can use them as pilot. That's what I'm trying to say. But you have these big cannons sitting down here, so it's a pretty okay cool ship. But again, my honest opinion is that I still don't think that. Where is it? We open it. It's here. My honest opinion is that I still don't think that it's fighters that we lack in Star Citizen. And since even though this is not really truly a fighter, it still is sort of a fighter. So let's see. We can open, and we can open here. It should say close, I suppose. So we have a bath and place for 4 people. We have not exactly sure what that is. And then we have the stairs to the and this should, if I'm not mistaken, this should actually be usable. Yeah. So we have beer here, and we have something else. So there's a fridge here. That's something new. That is something new and something really, really cool. Alright, we can go grab a drink. So here are 4 seats for personnel, dropship people. We have a turret here, turret access here. We should also have a turret access down here in the bottom. Oh, that's the... yeah. Is this some kind of cargo room or something like that? Or is it... I think it's actually... yeah, components. But there is a turret access here as well. How you actually get to it, I'm not sure. Maybe here? Yeah. Enter upper turret. Yeah. But let's and we still have we have the same here. We have seats for the remote turrets. I'm not exactly sure where they are, but we can figure that out as well. But first, let's sit in the pilot seat and start up the ship, and then you can get a look at the new clouds as well.
Aegis combat assist activated. System.
It does look pretty okay, and these engine parts, whatever you want to call them, they are articulated, so they will move depending on how the ship move. Now there should be another oh, it's there, the other remote turret, and it will drive back. So you have 2 front mounted and 1 really front mounted turret, one that can swivel a little bit more, 1 remote turret in the front, and 1 remote turret in the back. Alright. Let's call out and get permission to take off.
You are clear to launch.
Can't see squat because of that. Alright. Are you ready? Let's take off. See, that's how they articulate it. Let's go and take a look at those clouds here.
Thank you. and please visit again.
These truly volumetric clouds. Look at that. That is cool. That is really neat. That is so neat. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, I've been told that the things I am thinking about getting, we can get that at Port Olisar. So Microtech and Crusader are now the only two planets that we have at the moment with volumetric clouds, but I guess that they are working as hard as they can in order to get us the things that we want. That is volumetric clouds everywhere. But at least at some of the major planets. I don't really need volumetric clouds over the over the moons. But let's set the route, the course, if I can. Set it to Crusader then. Yeah. Should be right here. All right. Well, since we are quantum traveling, let's go down and try some of those beverages. Oh, wrong button. And we have the armor locker here if you need it. Alright, let's remove the helmet and put it into the vehicle slot. Yeah. And let's see what we have. What the heck is that? It made a complete mess out of everything in here. Except for the beer. What's going on? Let's grab one. There's not much juice in these. Is the coffee machine functional? Let's see. Drink up, my friend. Oh yeah. Nom 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 nom. Not much about these beers. Alright, let's draw them. Alright, let's see. Does this work? Drinks? Doesn't look like it. What about this one? What are these? What does it say? Berry blend. Alright. Tastes good. Put on the helmet. Why the heck do I stand like that? Hello, Crusader. Alright, let's find Port Olisar. Yeah, obviously it's on the other side of the planet. So, it's probably why I can't get to it. But let's see if we can find a whim something. That usually helps. Alright, we're down.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Thank you. I think this is actually the first time I have seen Port Olisar in the shadow of a planet. Look at this. And look at that. I know that when you watch my streams and you watch my videos and you watch Cobra TV's videos, there's a lot of look at that, look at that, look at that. But seriously, moving Port Olisar closer to Crusader is really just giving you that impression on just how incredible big this planet is, and it's a low mass gas giant, so it's not even a really big one. Big enough, but not a big one. Alright. So the final order of today is that we're going to see if we can find something new to buy. And then I will see you tomorrow in the same video where we will start up at start up once again a new Babbage and take a look at the new expo that was Aegis. Where you will also see the Hi there.
Hi. Thanks for coming in.
Why do you thank me? Oh, I forgot to store my ship. I'll be right back. Set of undersuits. Let's see if I can find some nice one that really suits me. Yeah. I really like the Robert Space Industries yeah, let's take a white one. What's the difference between the stone skin and let me see, what else do we have? A black ray? Yeah, let's get one of those as well. Alright, let's go take a look at armor. So I'm not exactly sure what the new ones were called. but I do know how they looked, so it's not one of these. Is this one? Yeah, that's the new one. Morozov. So let's get it's the one we called the it looks a little bit sort of a crossover between the helmet particularly looks a little bit of a like a crossover between the Artemex. That also seems to be new. Between the what's it called? A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and something from G.I. Joe. And yes, I know if you are very young, you probably don't know what G.I. Joe is. Alright, so let's remove this off. Put this one on instead. And let's get, this is the Morozov. Let's take the terracotta. That looks really that looks pretty cool, pretty funny. But we also put on the legs and there you go. See, it looks in my opinion it looks like something from G.I. Joe. And then the backpack. But it does actually really look like a military outfit. It honestly does. All right, let's try the other new one, which was the not the Morozov, not the Arden. Where was it? Artemex. Which should also it should be that should also, if I'm not mistaken, be a little bit special. When you put it on, it should give the helmet a slightly, yeah, look at that. And let me just see if I can find the Artemex legs. That is actually a pretty nasty outfit. Let's see, there's you have the Morozov. Is that one you can put on? Yeah, you can put that on. Because it really looks very alien. You have that thing sticking out of the helmet. Look at that. That looks very alien. It looks like something from a series I saw when I was young. I think it was called Above and Beyond or something like that. Also a space series. It looks pretty cool. But yeah. Alright guys, let me... just a second. Let's go find somewhere to sit. See you later.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, bye. Go and buy some guns as well at one point. I'm going to do that off camera at one point. Yeah, let's sit down. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I will see you... Well, I hope that you enjoyed this part of this video, and I hope that I will see you again tomorrow, which will be in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Hello guys, and welcome back to this second part of this video, where we are once again on our way into the expo. Now, I will try my very best to spend a little bit less time yapping while we're standing still, and spend a little bit more time actually looking at the ships, because we do have a bunch of more ships to look at today, even though most of them are repeaters from the previous expos that we had, both Fleet Week and the other Intergalactic Aeronautical Expo. But nevertheless, welcome, and without further ado, let's take the stairs and get a cup of coffee, or actually a can of coffee, and then look at the ships. Alright, so I can see right now, right off the bat, that the very first ship we are going to take a look at will be a small ship. A teeny weeny ship. Actually, it's probably one of the biggest looking ships we have in the game right now. It's the Aegis Reclaimer. That ship looks like a big industrial beast. With those big legs standing there. When you look at it like this, it just looks like a huge animal that is ready to jump you with that incredible big claw that it have there. Which is in reality a big crane to sort of pull the ships in and then tear them apart. And it's also one of the ships that probably have the brightest set of lights we have right there. I have made a previous video, if I'm not mistaken, on the interior of the Aegis Redeemer, so I will not rent it today because this is horrific to get out of the atmosphere. It takes so long. But I mean, seriously, look at these legs here. Let's just make a comparison image. Oh. And here are the legs of the Aegis Redeemer. I mean, seriously, look at these legs here. It's a beast of a ship. Alright, let's get back close in. That's better. I don't want to stand here shouting all day. But as you can see, it is insanely big. And if you compare it the length of other ships, it is obviously not longer than the 890 Jump, which is the longest ship that we have in the game right now. But because of these incredible big long legs and the bulkiness of it, it just seems like it's insanely big. That's why the best reference I could make of any comparison of this ship is that it's simply a beast. And it looks like a beast when it's standing like this. Massive legs. I mean, these are massive, massive legs. They are so big that you can stand in between them and look up and see the thrusters that it has right there. Alright, let's take a look at the other two ships that we have out here. They're basically the same kind of ships, so I'll not spend too much time on them. They're well known, they've been in the game for some time. We have the advanced or sort of better variant, the Aegis Saber Comet. It's sort of like a luxury variant or whatever you want to call it. A better variant would probably be the best way to describe it. And over here we have the standard Aegis Saber, which is, well, just that. Standard Saber. For some reason they haven't included the Saber Raven, but let me go get that can of coffee, whatever you want to call it. It's not really, it's sort of a, let me show you. No, this is a coffee shop. Toffee. Thank you. Coming in. Yeah, okay. Coffee to go. But you have to look really careful. Then you can see this is a flood caffeine boost, which is, in my point of view, the closest thing I guess we have to a coffee. Unless this over here is a coffee. Is this a coffee? Well, it's only a coffee cup, but we cannot do anything with it. Where is your coffee? This is a coffee shop. Where am I supposed to get my cup? What is... Alright, but I guess the caffeine boost here is the closest thing I'll get to a coffee. So let's buy one of these. And drink it. Let me see if I can try to just dumping it. No, stop that. Oh well. I guess that's a fast recycled
Whether it's
can.
into an unknown system,
Alright, let's go take a look at the
sector,
plan over here, whatever you want to call it.
your next craft.
Alright, sorry about that. Had a little bit of a technical issue. Alright, but let's take a look at the plan here. So, let's start here at the Senate Hall 3. Then go to 2. Then 4. And finally 6. And then we can go down and take a look at the Vulcan and the Nautilus down in the lower level. So the Senate Hall 2 is with the Gladius Valiant, and the Hammerhead. So let's go take a look at those. So the Gladius and the Gladius Valiant, they are ships that are sort of kind of a fighter, just like the Saber, but where the Saber is a stealth fighter, meaning that the idea is that you sneak in on your opponent, overwhelm them with firepower, and sneak out again. The Gladius is more of a direct take-on fighter kind of type, so you just come in at force with the guns blazing and kill whatever you can, and then you, fly away again. At least hope that you can do that. And the Hammerhead is a space superiority corvette, so it's also a pretty big ship. Not as big as the Reclaimer, obviously, but still sizable. Definitely sizable. And you can see it there, the Hammerhead. Now the Hammerhead is, like I said, it's a gunship, so it has a lot of guns and they are big. I think it's size 4 guns, but each turret has 4 size 4 guns, and it has 6 turrets, 4 on the sides, 1 on the lower behind, and 1 on the top sort of rear end also. But let's take a look at the big ships first, the small ships first. So here we have the Aegis Gladius Valiant. So just like you had the Saber Comet before, this is sort of the special version of the Gladius. It has a little bit better of armament, better components, but it's basically the same kind of ship. This is a fighter, it's not a stealth fighter. I think it's a medium size, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at the plaque over here. No, it's actually a light fighter. Alright. So this is a light fighter. The Saber is also a light fighter. It's just a stealth fighter. And over here we have the exact same ship. It's just a loadout. And when I say loadout, I don't only mean weapons. It's also shields and other components inside the ship. That is just a tad better at the Valiant. It doesn't mean that you should go for the Valiant in every case, because you can always upgrade to the same kind of loadout. As you can see, it had 4 missiles here, different guns, but you can always upgrade to the same. It has a Gatling in the front, so ballistics. So yeah, this is the light fighters of the these two, the Gladius, if I remember correctly, they have been upgraded so that they should now be in the gold standard. That doesn't mean that they can't be changed down the line, but it will preferably be minor changes. The basics of the plane is as it should be, or ship. And let's go take a look at the big end over here. The Aegis Hammerhead. Now the Hammerhead is to me a weird looking ship. You have the bridge down here underneath, and yes, it is underneath. It's not flying upside down. This is underneath, and you're actually sitting looking down through the glass. Now this is a very, very brilliant design when you have to land somewhere. But when you have to take off, it can be kind of an issue. Ah, that was probably a error of some sort. So you have the guns, laser weapons, 4 size 4 guns. And that is for each turret. Just think about, roughly speaking, each of these turrets, each one of these turrets has the same firepower as a whole Constellation Andromeda. From stock, that is, and with gimbals. If you change 2 of the weapons to size 5s, obviously that would be a little bit more firepower. But this beast here has 6 of those 6 turrets. Other than that, it is also fitted standard with 16 size 2, I think it is, size 2 missiles. I can't remember, it's something like that. But obviously you can upgrade it, I think, all the way up to a single size 4 or single size 5, something like that, thereabout. And the missiles should be placed here, I think it is, and also somewhere over here. You gain access to the ship via the elevator that you have here. And that's basically it. That's the hammerhead. I'm pretty sure I also made a video where I sort of explore the interior of the hammerhead. So that is not something that we will spend time on today. But let's just look at it while we walk away. Let me just show you this, because sometimes size comparison can be pretty hard. But I mean, I can stand down here. Let's take a look. Zoom out. Zoom a little bit more out. Zoom more out. And there you have it. Me compared with the hammerhead. Like I said, it is a freaking big ship. And it is meant to be Corvette size. Alright, let's continue. I will see you in the next hall. So until then, bye-bye. Alright guys, I decided to go to the standard hall 2 instead, because it was just around the corner. But here we have one of the new ships, the one that I showcased at how good it was as a single fighter. So let's start with one of the old known ones, the Avenger Titans. We have, I think it's 4 different Titans, where one is just like the others, a bit of a variant. So this is the Aegis Avenger Titan Renegade. So this is sort of the upgraded, better version of the Avenger Titan. This is one of these starter ships that I would, for many people, recommend to get, because you can do a lot with it. It is a really good fighter. You have a reasonable amount of cargo room here. Obviously, when you fill up the cargo room with big boxes, you cannot enter via this. But when you do the ordinary standard cargo missions, the ordinary delivery missions, you can definitely put the boxes in here and still enter via the rear hatch here. But you also have a reasonable living room. So you have a bed. At one point you should have something in here that probably could be, I don't know, a fridge or something like that. And you have a little bit of extra room here. And then you have the cockpit here. Let's take a seat, so I can show you the other way that you can get in and out of this ship. More fighter style, if you will. You have this is the special ones. I think you have a couple of extra screens, if I'm not mistaken, and they look a little bit different. It's been a while, actually, I have to admit, since I've sit in the cockpit of an Avenger Titan. It's been a while since I had one. But it is a very, very good ship. It's a very good fighter. So I can definitely recommend getting one of these as a starter. And you can do most missions with it, and it's upgradable. So it's perfect. But let me show you the other way that you can get out. And I think you should do it here. Yeah. So this is sort of the standard fighter in and out way, if you will. You use the ladder here and it will get sucked in, close down, and there you are. So over here we have the... Let me see. The Aegis Avenger Warlock. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Warlock is an interceptor. I cannot remember which one is the interdictor and which one is the interceptor. Or sort of the police ship, if you will. But we can see that. Oh, so this is the interdictor. It has an EMP inside here. If you want to have children, you shouldn't spend too much time in here. So what it does is that it can launch an EMP wave and disable enemy ships. Basically, that's what it does. Alright, let's go take a look at the next ship. And that will be the Aegis Redeemer. Now, we are not going to go for an inside tour and everything like that, because I've already showcased the ship. It's a quad wheel here, landing gear. It looks so weird. But it is a pretty decent fighter. It has 2 man turrets, 2 remote turrets, and it has 2 guns for the pilot. That is certainly something. I would say that if you want to spend this ship the best way, in my opinion, I would, and you would do it with less people as possible, I would man the 2 size 5 turrets and then the rear turret here, because this turret here is not usable by the pilot, the front turret is. Obviously, if you have enough people, you can man all the turrets. And if you want to see how this ship here performs in combat situation, albeit not in the worst combat situation, it is after all just very low risk targets and low risk target NPCs. Then you can go watch the video that I have made of exactly that. It's an okay ship, it's a good fighter, it has a lot of armament, but it does feel a little bit weird inside the Star Citizen universe, in my opinion. And if I have to sort of be quite honest, it doesn't really feel Star Citizen, and it doesn't really feel Aegis to me. But it's okay. I mean, I don't mind having it, because like I said, it does feel somewhat of a gap between small fighters and big fighters and gunships and all that. Let's go take a look at the other 2 ships that we have, the 2 Flying Penguins. So that will be the standard Avenger Titan and then the Avenger Titan... I cannot remember what it's called. There is also a police ship of some kind. So let me just figure out it by going close enough. So this is the Aegis Avenger Titan. So this is the sort of the starter ship, if you will. As you can see, you have, I think this is a size 3 and these are size 2 gimbaled in this case here. Or it may be a size 2 and a size... Yeah, I think it's a size 1 and size 2 that you have here. You can remove the gimbal so you can get size 3 and size 2s. So you can arm it with pretty decent missiles and pretty decent guns. You can change these out to be size 1s. 1 missile size... I think these must be size 3 or something like that. Maybe size 2. And you can change it to one size 3, something like that. Depends on how you want to arm the boat. And once again, like I said, you have a cargo room here that you can fill up with either 6 SCUs, I think it is, or you can put boxes from box missions inside here. And just like the other case, you have a bed, and you have some yet unused space here, and then you have the cockpit up here. And then finally we have the police ship over here that for some reason I cannot remember the name of, but it will come to me as soon as we get close to it. So this would be the Interceptor, or the Stalker, yes. So this is sort of a stealth interceptor ship, more like that. And instead of having a cargo room here, I think you can put a little bit of cargo inside. You have storage boxes, if you will, for criminals. I would I would think along the lines of the cryostasis or cooldown in Star Wars. The thing that happens to Han Solo, or the way that the Mandalorian, how he carries around his bounties, something like that. So that's it. That's all the Avenger and the Redeemers that we have here. I will just take a quick look here, a quick peek at the plaque here to see. Yeah, interdict. This is also an interdictor, but it is kind of a the advocacy used them. It's prisoner transport basically, but you can also fight your way to get no prisoners essentially. Yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next area. So meet you there. I've never seen this thing here before. I wonder what the heck that is supposed to be. Some kind of big rock that ships are orbiting for some reason. If it's supposed to be an atom, I would probably say it would be a dihydrogen or something like that. I'm not sure. Because there are 2 ships, 2 electrons that's flying around. But let's go in and see what we have in here. So again, we have one Senate Hall 4 here and the other Hall 5 here. So let's go take a look at Senate Hall 5 first. Should we, let's reveal what we have in here because we already discussed it. So we are here, and here we can look at the Vanguard series. So these are sort of heavy fighters. They all have a turret on the top. I have found that these ships here, I haven't tested it out in this patch here. They are pretty decent fighters, and you can certainly use them just by your own. You don't need to man turret up top. But just like always, if you decide to man it, it will give you an advantage. One thing I don't understand at all, neither as a plane nor as a spaceship, is why the heck they decided to give the rear landing gear of the Vanguard's tracked wheels. Tracked wheels are meant to give you extra traction, but I don't suppose it's driving like this. I suppose it's using the engines to get around. So I don't understand that. The armament onto the ship here is also pretty hefty. So let's start by looking at the front gun, because that's probably the biggest gun that you can sort of imagine thinking about. This beast here is a size 4 gimbaled, but just like any other gimbaled gun, you can remove it and put on a size 5 gun. And I tell you, if you think that this gun sticking out like this look ridiculous, then you should just see a Vanguard with a size 5 sitting on it. And then you might think, why does it only have one gun? Because there's nothing on the wings and anywhere. But it actually has 5. These up here, they are guns as well. And you can also swap those out if you should choose to do so. Now, this one here is the Sentinel. So if I'm not mistaken, it should also have the interdiction capabilities by having some kind of EMP or something like that inside. I'm not exactly sure. But as you can see, when you go inside a ship like this, it just reeks military. I mean, the plate that you have here and the access to the top turret that you have here and the cockpit seat here, it's just a military ship through and through. But it does come with some nice commodities. You can make drinks and you can make coffee and stuff like that. That's okay. That's neat. Let's go look at the plaque, because I really can't remember exactly what role this ship here has. So the plaque is over there. I know there's one that's called a hoplite or something like that, and I think that is for troop transport. So the yeah, that's an interdictor. The Vanguard Sentinel is a ship that's designed to fight smart instead of taking enemies head on. The conversion feature an AR cockpit. The conversion features an AR cockpit, an external E-war pod, decoy missiles, and a set of EMP charges. Yes, Vanguard Sentinel often provide necessary combat support for. A lone Sentinel is frequently paired with Harbinger bombers and Warden escorts for large attack missions. So there's sort of a set, and you have the turret up here that can give you a little bit extra firepower. Let's take a look at this one here. Let me read the plaque before we go to the ship. Aegis Vanguard Warden. So this is a heavy fighter, a hard-charging bulldog of a fighter which features extensive forward-mounted weaponry designed to tear through the shields and armor of other spacecraft, so named because their multiple jump range allows them to form the vanguard of any military expedition. Vanguards have seen extensive service against the Van Duel. So that is why they're called Vanguard in overall. And this is the Warden. And as you can see when we go inside, the interior is more or less the same, except that this should also have, if I'm not mistaken, size 5 torpedoes. Or no, it doesn't. You have an engineering station. Let me take a look. No, it probably doesn't have then. It has 2 beds, so you can have the one for the pilot and one for the turret operator. Where the heck do you... There you enter the turret here. Alright. And you have, it's sort of reversed. You have a toilet here. You can, if I'm not mistaken, you can pop that in. So I have a little bit more room. That's it. That's the Aegis Vanguard Warden. So let's go to the next one. The one over here. They're both green. Interesting choice of color. Not sure whether they are the same or different. They should be different. Now, as standard, that gun there is gimbaled, but these are not gimbaled. So sometimes it can actually provide better firepower control if you if you remove the gimbal here and put on a larger size weapon. But this here is the hoplite, and if I'm not mistaken, it should have troop transport capabilities. Yeah, as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 jump seats. No, 6 jump seats. Weapons rack. You still have the turret, but you don't have any extra weaponry. And if you noticed, there was no mounted missiles underneath the wing here. So this is not meant to be fighting. It is meant to sort of come in and set troops on the ground while still being able to keep to defend its own. And finally here we have the Harbinger. This is my preferred Vanguard. First and foremost, because you can actually get it equipped if you want to. I usually swap it out. But up here, instead of having a standard turret, you actually have a rocket pod on the turret up here. Again, you can swap out the weapons here to get a non-gimbal size 5. But this ship has the 4 missiles you see here. I do believe there should be an extra missile pod somewhere around here. But the real cool thing about this bird here is the fact that it can carry size, I think it's size 5 torpedoes, the same size as you're sitting on the ballista. They are here. Yeah, CS5. So they are size 5 torpedoes that you can send out. And still you have the turret down here. You have the same nice commodities. You have the toilet. You have the sort of personal stuff. You have weapons rack here. So this is a really nice, decent ship. And obviously you have a kind of a terminal here. It's probably to control the torpedoes here to send them away. I'm not sure about that because it's not really functioning inside the ship. Alright, these were the Vanguard Wardens, the Sentinel, the Harbinger, and the Hoplite, or Hoplet. The next we're going to look at will be Zenith Hall 5 or 4, I'm not sure, but just like always, I will meet you there. Alright, we are now at Zenith Hall 4 it was, and I don't even need to look at the plaque or plate in order to tell you what we have here. Here we have, in my opinion, some of the most misnamed ships probably in the entire game. These are respectively the Stealth Bomber, the Eclipse, and the Heavy Bomber, the Retaliator, or Tally as we call it. So why do I think that these are misnamed? Well, because in my opinion, a bomber is something like the A2, something that actually carries bombs. This ship here does not carry bombs, it carries torpedoes. So I would definitely call it a torpedo boat instead of a bomber. The Eclipse here is a stealth bomber, meaning that it is supposed to sneak up on its prey, launch all of the torpedoes, all its armament as one, and then take out whichever target it had. It is meant to go in and strike before the opponent even realizes that they have been targeted. Over here let me go this way here. Sorry, ma'am. Over here we have I wouldn't say the exact opposite, but it is definitely a different kind of breed. Because this ship here is certainly not meant to... I wonder what the heck that is. Huh. This ship here is certainly not meant to be... Still wondering what the heck it is. This ship here is not meant to be a stealthy ship. This ship here is meant to track down, often in multiple pairs, big targets, launch a huge amount of firepower against it, and then get away again. Now, if I'm not mistaken, at this bay here we have 2 size 9 torpedoes, and at the bay down here we should have 4 size 9 torpedoes. So overall in all, we have 6 size 9 torpedoes. Let's go take a look inside. Now, one of the insanely cool thing about the Retaliator, despite having a heck of a lot of torpedoes, as you can see here, these actually look like torpedoes. They are... I'm surprised how much CIG actually has made these to look like real torpedoes. I mean, real torpedoes from what subs use today, except for the missing propeller or screw back here in the end. We have a some kind of solid propellant, something that will launch it away. So like I said, we have 2 size 9s here, and down here in this room in here we have let me see, there should be 4, or maybe they're missing something. Let me just see. I don't know if they changed the armament of the tally, so it only carries 4 now. Let me just check it. But one of the really cool things about the tally is that you have a lot of turrets. Let me just bring out the specs. Be right back. No, wait a second. The 4 torpedoes are here. They are there. The other one is up here. I just couldn't see them. So we have 4 torpedoes here in the front. And we have 2 torpedoes at the back. Let me get the specs. Alright, so the Aegis Retaliator specs. It has 1 turret with 2 size 3 guns. 1 turret with 2 size 3 guns. So it has 2 turrets with 2 size 3 guns. And 3 turrets with 2 size 2 guns. That is actually a lot of firepower for a torpedo boat. So it is meant to also be able to withstand and hold its own against small fighters. Definitely. And then it has the 6 size 9 torpedoes. It has full stop shields, a maelstrom power plants, the crossfield quantum drive, and Arctic cooler. So it's a pretty hefty ship to deal with. And I would argue that this is also a nice ship to be doing bounty hunting missions with, because you only need to put 1 guy into a turret, preferably 2, definitely, but you only need 1, and then you have a pretty hefty boat. There is room for, if I'm not mistaken, 1 captain down here, and then I think it's 5 or 6 other crew members. I think it's 7 all in all. Let's take a look. Here we have weapons rack. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6. Now take a look at this. When you lie into the bed, it's like, I mean, I would honestly feel a little bit claustrophobic having to sleep in here. I mean, it is more or less a coffin. But I think the idea is that it is also some kind of emergency escape pod. So that's why it looks like that. And here we have the top window, so you can look outside if you should like to do that. Well, sometimes you still grab onto that ladder there. Now, at one point, the torpedo room here is meant to be interchangeable, so you can put it. It's supposed to be modular, so you can add a cargo room instead of the torpedo room here. But yeah, like I said, if we go down and look at the plaque, I'm pretty sure it will say heavy bomber, and the Eclipse over there is going to be called a stealth bomber. Let's go take a look. These two parts here and these parts over here, they can be swept at a 90-degree angle, so they function more or less like VTOL thrusters. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says here heavy bomber, but it's not a bomber. It is not a bomber. It's a torpedo boat, and I've absolutely no idea why they've called it a bomber. In my opinion, both the Eclipse, but in particularly the Redeemer here, it is in my opinion one of the most aggressive looking ships that we have in the entire game. When you see it from the front, I mean, even more aggressive looking than the Reclaimer. But whereas this looked like some kind of a little strong bug or insect that just wants to bring the pain on you, the Reclaimer looks like a big monster that just wants to swallow you up in one bite and spit you out again. Spit your bones out. And again, this should be called a stealth bomber, yeah. It's a cool ship. It doesn't have much firepower against other fighters, so it's pretty vulnerable, but it looks really, really cool. It looks very much like a stealth bomber. Alright, this is the final room, if I'm not mistaken. And now we will go down in the basement and take a look at the two ships that they have down there. They are holograms, so they are sort of concept ships somewhere in the phase of being built. And then I will finish up this video and hope that you have enjoyed it. So meet you down there, and yeah, bye bye for now. Alright, welcome down. Aegis doesn't have any things to display here, so they will basically just be seats and chairs that you can sit and relax on. And they only have two ships here on display as holograms. Let me go over and take a look. The Vulcan and the Nautilus. I can't even remember what they are, but well, we're going to take a look and see what they are, and read the plaques and all that. And again, nothing here as well. Let's go inside and see what we have. So here we have the Nautilus is a bomber. So here we have the Nautilus. No, not a bomber, a mine dropper, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure the Nautilus is a mine ship. Would you mind? Yeah, mine layer. With 4 centuries of distinguished service under its belt, the Aegis Dynamics Nautilus Tactical Mine Layer represents the ultimate in strategic combat engineering, with fully integrated mine deployment, sweeping and disarming capabilities. So yeah, like I said, it's a mine layer. And let's go take a look at the other one, the Vulcan. So the Vulcan is one I'm a little bit more unsure about what that is. I think it's a relatively new addition. Yeah, so this is something completely new. As you can see, this is medium repair, medium refuel. So refuel, repair, rearm, become a one-person support crew with the Aegis Dynamics versatile Vulcan, supplying aid to pilots on the fly. with a pin down under heavy fire and in need of ammunition, low on quantum fuel after an ill-planned jump, or stranded in unknown space with a busted thruster, a pilot in distress can always count on a Vulcan and its cadre of drones to lend speedy, efficient assistance. So this is going to be some kind of, hopefully something that will enter into the player-made economy. So for example, if a person owns a Vulcan, you can call them and say, hey, I'm stuck here. Can you come and repair my ship because I can't get anywhere? Something like that. Or you can call them and say, I've just been attacked by pirates. They left because I destroyed most of them, but now my ship is incapacitated. Can you come and repair? And obviously you're going to pay the guy for repairing you. But that's the Vulcan. I hope that you enjoyed this video here, where we took a look at the second and third day of the expo. They are made as videos and put out on my YouTube channel. First and foremost, because I have decided not to stream in the weekends. I can plan my time a little bit better when I don't have to stream. And that means that I'm a little bit more flexible with respect to my family. The other one is that I certainly think that my YouTube channel deserves some content. And what better content to make such videos like these. Please remember to check out my Twitch channel where I stream also. I'm going to stream most of the next week's days of whatever with Star Citizen, the Intergalactic Expo here, and also go to my Discord. You can you should be able to find a link down here in the description below. And yeah, I hope that I will see you in the next one. Stay safe and enjoy Star Citizen and all that. Bye bye.